Hey guys, welcome back. Let's talk Hbar in this video. We're going to look at some good and some bad, okay, why Hbar is struggling to break out. And as we look at kind of a bullish sign within Hbar, we'll get a lot of information here in this video. Also take a look at the price for the day. So appreciate you all tuning in and coming here for your daily Hbar news. If you haven't done so by now, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. We talk crypto each and every single day. And let's get into the discussion, okay? First thing we are going to do is look at the overall market as we dive into the top 100. You can see here on the crypto bubbles what we're faced with kicking off the new week. And as we see Bitcoin reclaiming 120,000, Ethereum now back over 4,300. Very booming for the two top blue chips here in the overall market, okay? But as it relates to Hedera, all right, we're still trading around 25 cents, and it's been one where we are down 1.8%, but still, it has been a very significant month as we've had over 30% in gains. And as always, guys, if you have been watching on the channel when we did call Hbar at 4, 5, 6 cents, you would be the direct benefactor of a 350 plus gain over the last 365 days. So that's something to keep in mind as we do want to dive into the Hbar chart a little deeper, okay? Please remember though, as we do talk crypto, these are just my thoughts and opinions. It is not financial advice. Everyone has a different financial situation. Make sure you do what's best for you and yours when it comes down to making decisions here relating to crypto, okay? But before we hit it, I do want to share with you guys what we have going on in the affiliate side of it. If you are not trading on BITUNIX, you can find a link down below in the description. Spot and leverage traders, welcome, okay? There's over 100,000 USDT benefits that you can obtain for newcomers. Welcomed to BITUNIX. 3 million plus global users on this platform. You can trade spot and leverage, available in most regions. Make sure it's right for you. Understand their terms and conditions. And as always, like I said, before making any financial decision, do your own due diligence. Okay, but if you want to start trading on BITUNIX, sign up below. That link will be automatically applied to the promotional code that will be when you do register. If you use that link down below in the description, okay? But this is what we're looking at, the struggle that Hbar has had to stay afloat with all the capital outflows. So before we get into the good news, let's hit some bad. This is where we have some downside risk as we've seen $6.42 million over the last 3 days. So there is a little bit of a bearish bias when it comes down to what Hbar is doing. You can see this overwhelmingly on this data from CoinGlass as the market is indicating the red is substantially showing some more outflows than what we've had in the whole inflow versus outflow chart. But this is where we have a lot of capital removed from the spot markets, selling and or moving the capital elsewhere. Okay, so weakening demand that will result in a lower drive for the price of said asset. But this is what we've seen over the last 3 days in the Hbar spot market. Okay. Also, some negative readings from the Chaikin money flow, the CMF indicator on the daily. So Hbar is struggling to attract buying interest. Okay, so a little conflicting stories that we're going to get into as we get into the next. More so, I guess you would say it's the bullish breakdown of what Hbar is doing. But for traders, I think that it is the common trend, not just within Hbar, but within the overall market. A lot of traders are kind of stuck in the middle, right? They're not sure if they want to be bearish or bullish. And that's kind of where we have Bitcoin and Ethereum kind of surprising the world as they are at a very substantial level, okay? And it's something where there's a lot of, I guess you would say, hesitancy elsewhere, okay? But it's hard to ignore the run that they have been on. But as we do look at that negative CMF, that's where we have money flowing out of the asset as exits are occurring by traders, kind of worsening that downward pressure as we do look for potentially breaking down below the support that we have had. Now, currently as Hbar trades around 25 cents, this is something where we have more sell side pressure. We do have the kind of opinion where we could see Hbar resulting from this consolidation getting down into the 20s. For me, guys, it's something where we're looking at 21, 22 cents for Hbar. I don't foresee it going any lower than that. That's just my opinion. But I think even if we are having some bad days stretched together, this is where we could look for Hbar having some significant value because if we do look at the moving averages that you guys can see here by these blue lines, it is very, very prevalent, the move that has been made where we have this momentum, and this consolidation is key, okay, because we are consolidating above those moving averages, and as they do converge on one another, that is usually a precursor for a bullish move. So despite seeing all these capital outflows, it kind of gives you pause and you're wondering, why is this happening when we do have some indications on a more bullish scale if we just look at the fundamentals of the chart, okay? So that's as we look at the bullish patterns, we want to talk about the one metric that kind of is contradicting that first article that we did break down, okay? This is where we're looking for an H-bar rebound. And looking at this chart, I don't really know why H-bar needs a rebound, okay? I'm pretty happy right now trading at 25 cents, all right? The local high at around 40 that we had back in January of 2025. Even if we can trade within this range around 30 to 33 cents, that's something where we're not that far off. And it's just very much a very solid point where I think that in this trading zone, H-bar is comfortable, okay? I'm not really going to get greedy. I'm not going to say, okay, let's break out to $1. Let's get all-time highs and explode. Yes, that would be nice, but I think that what we're doing here, some nice organic growth, basically from that 13 cents level that we have got momentum up from. And since basically the start of July and the end of June, this is where H-bar has been bullish, okay? And I think that's something where I think you can look into a lot of metrics, some fundamentals, some indicators, and kind of get confused in what actually is going on the chart. And I think that the fundamentals within the technical side of H-bar is a lot more positive than some of the readings that and indicators that we did talk about earlier in this video. Okay, so this bullish pattern that we are talking about, I talked a little bit about that golden cross that has formed on the daily, the convergence of the two SMAs. Now within this, the stablecoin supply has also started to rebound once again. Now, this is where we have met that 26 cents price level on Sunday. So yesterday, up 16% from the low point of this month and 107% from the lowest level of the year. So despite kind of what we're having, these readings, there's some good, some bad, it kind of just doesn't really make sense why you could be bearish about H-bar, because from where we came from, I'll take it, okay? And that's kind of where we have a golden cross going on right now. And as we look for a bullish pennant also to form, as you can kind of see here on this graphic, this is where we have the same data point that goes basically back a little bit earlier on in January of this year, where H-bar reclaimed 40 cents. Okay, so we are mimicking that from a historical basis. So if we do want to repeat history, it would not be a bad thing if H-bar would explode back to that 40 cents level. Obviously, TA for me is just a tiebreaker. It's not the end-all be-all. There's a lot of ways that you can just take what you're seeing, a lot of the fundamentals, technicals, what have you, and you can kind of make those and form those into whatever narrative you're trying to push, okay? That's why I don't like TA. Yes, I use it more so as a tiebreaker. For me and what I do trading, I kind of divert a little bit more so to just covering the news every single day, as well as my trading indicator. And that allows me to make the best decisions possible, okay? But as we look at it today, it's a bullish chart for H-bar, okay? I know I talked about a lot of bearish things that we are seeing with those capital outflows, but for all things considered, I'll take this, okay? This is very bullish in my personal opinion, okay? But the metric that we want to look at, and this is where we're talking about the recovery, this is where the stablecoin supply, okay? This is the second time that we have seen that number plummet, but the recovering of the stablecoin market within Hedera, this is where something where we have kind of rebounded from that low of $57 million. And if you do see that kind of increase, that's an indication that the activity that is happening on chain is really doing well, okay? So the total value locked within their DeFi side is booming. That's something where we're up from a $143 million low to that $270 million level, okay? So taking that aside with the stablecoin growth, as well as kind of the DeFi side of it, and we can couple that even with this bull pennant that we are seeing here on this daily chart, kind of leaves me in a spot where I'm kind of excited about what H-bar has to bring for the remainder of 2025. So leave a comment down below. Do you agree more so with the bullish or bearish case for H-bar? Thank you all for tuning in. As always, if you have not done so by now, hit that like button. Please subscribe down below. And if you have not signed up for BITUNIX, you will find that link down below in the description and in the comments box. Start trading today if it's right for you and what you're doing financially, okay? So enjoy it. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.